Hello, friends. It's Chapo.
Kidding?
I hope
Don't
so.
taunt me. Don't taunt me like that.
I mean, it's kind of. Don't you think like Tekashi 6ix9ine is like kind of rap metal-y, like a little bit?
I wouldn't know.
Well, he's back in New York. now, so-
Korn is still touring. I see. They're like at festivals and stuff.
Korn never went away.
Korn is back. Korn never left.
Just one more thing, though, about the Senate race that's still going on, Warlock and Walker. Because there's nothing else to talk about. People have turned up some good Walker clips over the last couple days, and maybe Chris can edit this one into the episode, but this is one I hadn't seen before. He was talking about watching the movie Fright Night and said this to a crowd of people.
This is so good.
He says, vampires are cool people, are they not? A werewolf can kill a vampire. Did you know that? I never knew that. So I don't want to be a vampire anymore. I want to be a werewolf. And if we could just edit in the full clip of that, because I'm not really giving justice to the way he says it.
I was watching this movie called Fright Night, Freak Night, or some type of night, but it was about vampires. I don't know if you know vampires are cool people, are they not? But I'm going to tell you something that I found out. A werewolf can kill a vampire. Did you know that? I never knew that, so I didn't want to be a vampire anymore. I wanted to be a werewolf.
But my question is this. I don't remember were there werewolves in Fright Night? Because I think Matt.
No,
I think
there's
he
no
may be
werewolves in
talking,
Fright Night.
I think he may be talking about Monster Squad. I think maybe that's the movie he's referring to, or maybe Underworld: Rise of the Lycans.
No, I think it's Underworld.
Yeah,
I think it's Underworld, where they call the werewolves Lycans.
yes, Rise of the Lycans.
Yes.
So I mean, I applaud Herschel Walker for upholding spooky season, but
I mean, at this point, yes, I said I think he would win, and so I'm invested in that outcome. But mostly, I just want him in the Senate, man. Just that does feel like a move forward, or downward, I guess.
And there was just another clip of Herschel Walker. This was from 2012, and he's like addressing a room of troops about his football and MMA career. And it's just like his normal rambling like way of segueing into, he's like, look, if I hadn't asked for help and gotten the help I needed at a hospital, I would have killed my wife. So, so yeah.
I will say that the monsters and vampires and werewolves things, it's probably way better than anything he said previously. Yeah. In fact, I think that's him taking people's advice to moderate. I think someone told him, like, you need to tack to the center for the runoff, and he's like, I got you. I like werewolves and vampires.
Time to moderate my position.
Together.
I'm no longer a vampire. I'm a werewolf.
Werewolves, vampires.
A monster mash,
Yeah.
if you will.
Frankenstein.
Next woman I marry, I'm not going to try to kill her. I'm not putting. If I get married in the future, I will not put an RPG in her mouth to wake her up on her birthday.
But Felix, you mentioned
I think one way or another, if he wins or loses, this is a green light for OJ to run for office now. Like, hey, I actually pulled it off.
OJ might solve the disastrous 2024 Senate map.
He's like, I don't know. Well, I can't vote in my own election, but I'm damn sure stand for you. But Felix, in the clip where he talks about almost killing his wife before he got help, I mean, he is talking about his MMA career and how fast he can still run a 40-yard dash. But yeah, you mentioned how many MMA fights did Herschel Walker have? I mean, did you follow his MMA career at all?
Yes, I did. Herschel Walker had one MMA fight. It was in 2009. It was in the Strikeforce promotion, which was a sort of, it was below the OC, but it had some very good fighters in it. He fought against a man named Greg Nagy, and he achieved a TKO, a technical knockout, by punching him in the armpit, seemingly endlessly.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was during this fight that I became aware of Herschel Walker saying that he has never touched a weight in his life. He only does body weight exercises.
Like push-ups?
He only eats soup, salad. Yeah, he does push-ups and all types of things. He only eats soup and salad and bread.
He had a Panera.
And yeah, he loves Panera. He has sort of like a George Clemenceau type diet. He what was the other thing? He said he does not remember winning the Heisman Trophy because that was when he was occupying a different personality.
Oh, so he's plur. He's got what do they call that when you have your head cannon?
Headmates.
He's got headmates.
Yeah.
Hey, one is a vampire, one's a werewolf. Together they make a Frankenstein.
I do think he loses this runoff. I will say.
We'll see. I remember one time a number of years ago, he said that when he watched TV, he would do push-ups. So he would do sit-ups during the commercials. And I always thought, oh, that's a smart way to maximize your time, your leisure time.
Yeah. You're not just a couch potato. You're getting some exercise in. I will say though, for listeners, you can't see this, but in the speech in front of the troops where he talks about almost killing his wife, he is wearing an Affliction T-shirt. So, he's repping the brand. His brain is certainly afflicted.
Yeah, if you're going to talk about killing your wife, might as well do it in front of those guys.
they love doing that.
They
can relate. Yeah.
They're like, got any tips? It's on Fort Bragg. They're like, we already know.
Yeah, this is at Fort Bragg. He was just like, listen, I'll be thinking about doing murders all the time, but make them look like suicides. And they were like, ding.
Well, as funny as it is, I will say that talking about werewolves and vampires totally unbidden after Halloween is colloquial Black Southern English.
Yes.
Did you guys see that?
That was so good.
Did you guys
that was
see
so
that?
good. God bless Tracy for coming through and saying, like, he said countless blacks in the South talk like that. I'm just like, I don't think people are making fun of Herschel Walker's accent. I think they're making fun of the things that come out of his mouth.
Yeah, I remember going down the Mississippi Delta and these black guys would not shut up about fucking Dracula. Come on, Mike. That's not true.
He was working in the lab late one night to fire off that fucking take. I'll say that much.
I gotta say, it's been Elon on Twitter. I'm glad Mike threw a banger out there to give us a little change of pace.
I love the contrarian impulse. It's like it is just dare me to keep talking until I say something so that my brain actually like unscrews out of my head and pops onto the ground.
What I like about it is he says, look, I don't think he's the best Senate candidate. I don't think he should be in the Senate.
He didn't even say that. He just said he's not the ideal Senate candidate.
Yeah. But, it's not because of his, inherently black attitude of talking about lichens. The traditional folkloric black fear of lichens. It's like Jews got Dybbuk's and golems. Black people have werewolves and vampires.
It's true. The eternal struggle.
Black people ain't having no lichens.
Yeah. Okay, let's reboot the Underworld franchise. But it's Jewish people versus Black Israelites. And the Jewish people are obviously have Dybbuk's and golems, and the Black people are casting vampires and werewolves. Okay,
instead of Kate Beckinsale, we can cast Rachel Sennett now as the lichen hunter, the lichen hunter. She's the Dybbuk master.
Right, she's a Dybbuk master. Is there sort of like waifish British male actor we could put? He could play a guy who doesn't know he's matrilineally Jewish.
Harry Styles?
And Harry Styles, yeah. And he has golem powers, and then you could, any number of actors could play the Black Israelite role, and I think probably all real effects, no CGI for the
Rob
Dybbuk versus
Bottin,
lichen
Stan
battles.
Winston, R.I.P. I think Stan Winston is Rob Bottin still alive? I don't know, but yeah, we're getting him out of retirement to do Underworld: Rise of the Dybbuk's, Underworld Dybbuk War. Final conflict.
Story by Herschel Walker.
And Kanye as Dracula. He comes in at the last minute. Everyone loves it.
Ooh.
Sort of like, Gary Oldman and Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula. We'll get some old age makeup on him. He'll be like, the elder statesman. But do black people in this side of the conflict, they have the traditional monsters like Frankensteins and mummies and werewolves, invisible men, things of that nature. And then they're fighting Jews who have, the more bespoke Jewish monsters.
Yeah, I think that's good. And then I think around the second movie, we might want to introduce more races. Do we want like Latinos to have their own monsters?
Chupacabras?
Yeah, you got your Chupacabras. La Lenora, like the Lady Ghost they got down there. Ooh. She's a good one.
The Blessed Virgin de Guadalupe. Yeah. One of the most frightening monsters of all time.
Yeah.
But she's sort of like she's the heel. She's the team healer. Like when you're doing battlefield battle, she like sort of uses the Guadalupe healing powers to get your HP back up after a monster fight.
Yeah. Final movie, you introduce Asians.
Dragons, easy, done. But like the long kind of dragons.
They have tons of stuff.
Water creatures. They got all kinds of stuff. And then white
Japanese
people have the police. That's what they
Ooh.
get. Just a bunch of cops. Yeah, that's right. I said it.
Orcs. White people have orcs. White people are orcs.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I think white people's too broad of a category. How about we, and Asians is too. We're gonna need Japanese people for the third movie because they have like 150 types of ghosts.
Yeah, that's true. They got so
They're all
many
really
ghosts.
like we're all really like boutique kinds of ghosts too, like the one that sits on your balls and steals your sperm when the western wind or wailing or something like that.
Got, like,
yeah,
evil
Japanese
foxes.
people. They have they have all types of animal spirits. They have like a ghost for sperm jacking. They have a ghost for like accounting.
They have all kinds of like crones too, like evil old crones. There's a lot of good ones of those in Japanese mythology.
But then post credits or mid credit roll, we introduce the final combatant, Germans.
Oh boy.
And they have a ton of like forest spirits, a little bit of that Varg Vikernes religion that he has, Lord of the Rings. I think we got a franchise here.
I mean, shit, GQ just profiled us and are selling out to Hollywood. So just throw this in the ideas tank.
Yeah.
Rebooting the Underworld franchise.
Okay, Monster War. This is a fucking people. All they want are franchises now. This is
one
like
can run
10
and run.
movies minimum.
I mean, the new fucking Black Panther movie is a fucking race war. Apparently, it's like it's the ancient Aztecs versus the Wakandans. Yeah. And they're all magic. They all have superpowers.
No, if you are in Hollywood, we are optioning Race War, our new franchise.
God, just call it that. Just Race War. Who's not going to see that in this day and age?
Everyone wants to know. Yeah. Everyone remembers being on the schoolyard after you got done playing Sperm Wars, talking about which race has the best monsters.
Yeah, but if you are a person of the Caucasian persuasion, please do not see Race War the opening weekend, because there are many. There are many Onibabas that need to be in the theater to experience it firsthand without you talking over the fucking movie, asking, "Is it okay to laugh at this? Is it okay to root for the Japanese sperm jacking ghost?" No, it's not okay. It's not. Stay in your lane.
You have to root for the white ghost. You have to root for the ghost of your particular ethnicity. Sorry.
Yeah.
Can't appropriate other creatures.
Oh, the Irish, we could get in some changelings. I mean, leprechauns are a little played out, but the changeling, that's a good Irish monster. You know, it's a baby.
Oh yeah, they got banshees.
Yeah, banshees.
They got leprechauns. You can bring back the leprechaun. What's Warwick Davis doing? Bring him in there as the leprechaun.
All right, Hollywood, do your thing. Underworld, Rise of the Divots, Underworld Race War. Let's do it. All right, let's leave it there for today's show.
Yeah.
Till next time. Do we have anything more to plug, Chris?
I think that's it. And if you want to know all about all of the stuff that we just announced, there's a post on the Patreon blog that you can see, and it'll tell you how to do the annual subscription, where and when you can find Hell on Earth, and Hinge Point should already be in your Grey Wolf feed.